So you want to buy an Infinix Note 12 Pro. Well, here's a short version of what I think are the top issues with this phone. But if you want the standard review, we do have that up on the channel already. But if you just want to know, well, mainly the not so good things about a Note 12 Pro, there are 4 critical issues I've noticed during my time with this phone. And it all starts with the cameras. Spec-wise, the Infinix Note 12 Pro is using 3 cameras in the back and 1 in the front. The 16-megapixel selfie camera is good and all. It can record up to 1440p video with decent stabilization, and selfies don't look that bad. But the main cameras need some work, or at least the 108-megapixel main sensor needs some work. There is no ultra-wide sensor in the back. You're stuck with the main sensor, as the secondary cameras are just 2-megapixel sensors made for depth and macro, which is something I hate manufacturers do because an ultra-wide sensor is a lot more useful than a pair of 2-megapixel sensors doing almost nothing at all. But anyway, my issue with the camera lies more with the stock camera app than the physical sensor itself. The stock camera app of Infinix lets you use the camera with AI turned on by default and with no way of disabling it. Well, it's handy to have this feature, as most manufacturers do have this feature with their phones as well. Infinix kind of forces you to use its AI feature. As a result, the photos you take with this app are oversaturated, smudgy, and just bad overall. If I'm the manufacturer and the main selling point of this is the 108-megapixel camera, and this is the kind of quality I'm producing for my customers, I don't even know how I would react. There is a workaround, however. You can use Pro mode, keep the settings in auto, and you're good to go. It doesn't overly process the images and they just look better, a lot more natural than the ones captured with AI cam mode. The other issue with the camera is the stabilization. I would understand if stabilization is a bit janky at 1440p, but even at 1080p, you could barely feel software assisted stabilization here. And at this price, even last year's phones have stabilizers that actually work. That's about it for the cameras. The second issue concerns the display. We're looking at a 6.67-inch AMOLED display. It only runs on a 60Hz refresh rate, which is a bit of a bummer since cheaper phones at least have 90Hz, but this one is stuck at 60Hz. There is 180Hz touch rate support, however, so the screen responds a bit faster and more accurately than a cheaper 60Hz panel. Although I don't mind 60Hz, the color calibration of the panel out of the box is too oversaturated even for an AMOLED panel. This is immediately noticeable with the red and orange colors, and unlike other manufacturers, the Infinix Note 12 Pro doesn't offer you any controls to tweak the display colors in the settings. One more thing, there is no HDR playback support, not only on Netflix but also on YouTube. There you go. My third issue with the Infinix Note 12 Pro is the speakers. Usually dual speakers sound loud and decent, especially when you put a branding like DTS. But if there's a false advertising made for this phone, it's the DTS dual speakers. There are 2 speakers here, one at the bottom and one beside the earpiece. But quality-wise, it's like the quality of a budget single-firing speaker. The output even doesn't get that loud. It's basically a single-firing speaker split into 2 channels. Nothing more, nothing less.
Says with disgust, points to a large metallic creature resting on a platform. Throw him in the bowl. Valora signals to the guards. I want to watch the beast come alive with the screams of this traitor. This is the story of one of the most barbaric and torture devices ever created.
Last but not least is the microphone. The microphone pickup, when recording videos at least, doesn't sound good. It sounds cheap, tinny with no bass, and well, it just doesn't sound good. Couple that with the below average video quality and what you get is a bad cheap combo from the camera and microphone of this phone. And the tinny dual speakers don't help in any way.
If you had any idea this was coming and you withheld it, your life goals would suffer incalculably.
Well, that's basically my top issues with the Infinix Note 12 Pro. There are serious deal breakers for those who are planning to get this phone, especially the camera. so before spending your money, you better think twice. That's about it for this one. Drop a sub or a like if you feel like supporting the channel, and as always, until the next one, stay safe.